Harry, this previous weekend you were at a fall fair, right? And you told me this cute story about how these people wanted some Bibles. Do you want to share it with us?
Yeah, so basically at the fair, when it was going really good during, it was a big fair, and when it was going good, we were giving out about a Bible a minute, and that is really beautiful. Never experienced that before. It was a real thrill, a real joy. And at the end of one day, these three girls come up to me, about maybe age 12, and they said to me, he says, "We're Christians, so why should we take a Bible from you?" I smiled and said to them, I says, "Do you have any friends that need a Bible?" "Well, yeah." I says, "Well, there you go. You're going to help me in this business. You're going to take a Bible and give it to your friend." And they all smiled happily. And that was really nice because they didn't get scared or scared off. They were eager to do that. So a little bit of background, we basically use the Gospel of Luke. And the reason for Luke is that it's our favorite evangelism tool. It has the Christmas story for the first 130 verses, and then Luke writes simply. It talks about the humanity of Jesus, and of course, as we read it, we also realize that we know that he's of course our Savior, and so on also. But Luke is the simplest. Matthew's next. John is kind of a hard read because it was my favorite book today, but it's not easy to understand for somebody that's new to the faith. So why do we so the purpose okay, so what we they cost about $1 a piece just for quick. And they say, well, that's expensive. Well, you could do a track for maybe a nickel or a dime or whatever it is. But if they like what they read, then they still got to get a Bible. This way,
Mhm.
you give them a Bible. And so it sounds like a lot of money, maybe, but it really isn't. We just give them a gospel. We don't give them a whole Bible. Don't even give them a whole New Testament. The objective is that every page has to be right. And so it doesn't matter where they open it, it is good. It gives the Jesus story. And so it's good that way. What we also do is we put a little message in the front of it, and the message reads like this. The mini Bible you have received is a life story about Jesus, the Son of God, written nearly 2,000 years ago. It is in simple English, grade 5, so all can read and understand the message. By Jesus' simple stories, he tells us how we can find a life of joy and peace while we live on earth and be with him for eternity when we die. Do yourself a favor and give this booklet a read. Yes, life is hard for all of us, but with Jesus' help, and he does help his followers, we can have a life of victory and joy. Also, if you have a friend who is discouraged or sad, pass this little Bible on to them. That's what friends are for. And the reason we put that in the front is that this way people can understand why they should read the book. And we put our name and phone number there. And that way they're not orphans. If they want to call, they will. But we don't even get one call on 1,000 Bibles. So it's not as if you're going to be snowed under when you give people a
Mhm.
Bible. We would really encourage that. I'd give you a little challenge to maybe try giving out two a week. That's not very
Mhm.
much, but in a year you're doing 100, and before long I'm sure you'll be doing more. And it's only the price of a coffee for two Bibles. The biggest change since I've been doing this is in me. I just so love doing it now. When I'm on the street, walking down the street, have a few in my back pocket, you give away about every third to fourth person will usually as you walk, you make eye contact, offer them a Bible, and one out of three or four will take a Bible. It's so beautiful. And then one out of 10 of the Bible people want to talk to you. And that's beautiful too. I don't spend the time with them because I've already put the message in the front of the book. So if they'll take the Bible, they'll read my message. And I believe that that will settle with them and say, that's interesting. Let me try this. And yeah, I've been really happy with the response, happy and just all the way around. But yet I don't know the outcome. But I'm doing my part. And by the grace of God, I'm so glad He allowed me to have this project. It is such a thrill. And just kind of passing on some thoughts.
Yeah, awesome, Harry. Thanks for that wisdom.
Thank you.